Alright, welcome back everybody. Jank Diver Gaming. Cube Draft, Unrestricted Cube. I'm on the play here in round number 1 against Pocket Dave. I'm going to play first, obviously. Well, we've got the nice little turn 2 Mind Stone into turn 3 Thassa with nothing to blink, but we've got a Swords to Plowshares to take out any real opposition. Hopefully I don't get, like, Thought Seized here, but fine, open in hand. Just needs to find something to blink. Dave's going to go ahead and take a mulligan. Dave being one of our regulars at this point. Really cool guy. I recommend joining the Discord down in the description below and saying hi to Dave. Alright. Dave molds to 6. We're going to start off with planes. Keep up the swords. And hopefully don't see like turn 1 drop. Blue deck I think we can handle. Let's go Mind Stone here. Alright. Demir. God, there it is. Just baiting me already. Everybody knows that I hate being Thought Seized. And it kind of messes up my whole thing. It's always the Thought Seize where your hand is terrible too. Dave pitches Swamp. So blue-black control is going to be a tough matchup here. Although I do have a lot of ways to play instant speed. So we shall see how it goes. Dream Eater is a fine draw against this sort of deck. Nah, it would be Thought Erasure. Thassa is good against blue-black control. It's hard to get off board, and it just gives you value out of anything that hits the board. Although, I guess Dave knows about Swords to Plowshare, so if he just throws out a creature for me to hit with swords, he's probably just baiting me for the better creature. I also don't have the second blue for Dream Eater, which is notable. So, not a great start for me. Had a great opening hand, but the Thought Seize always picks apart your hand, so draft Thought Seize highly. Moral of the story. Alright, Dave has done nothing with the turn. I'm just going to leave my Mind Stone where it's at. Play an island and pass. And he does nothing as well, so no instant there. I will not crack Mind Stone this turn either, because I want to be able to cast this Dream Eater. Blue-black, he could have like the Kefnet that we saw. Hostage Taker, pretty strong. Thief of Sanity was going around the table as well. Scarab God I did not see, but that tends to get picked pretty highly. ECD is a good one to have in case he does drop Scarab God. So I think what's going to happen here, let's see if he does anything instant speed. He does not. So we'll probably end of turn this Dream Eater. Oh, okay, this is actually fine, right? Because we can Dream Eater the token that he makes, and then ECD the Ashiok. And that sets up our next couple draws as well. So that plays out for us pretty well. Okay, Sphinx's Rev seems amazing in this matchup. Glasspool Mimic is fine. Suspicious Stowaway is fine. Fateful Absence can destroy a Planeswalker, which if we're Exile and Ashiok isn't the biggest thing in the world. And also with ECD, it's nice to have a good creature in the graveyard. I don't think I want to draw this at this point. This is the 2-drop that I want on turn 2, but I might be okay with these two. Especially since this is like a draw 4 right now. And Fateful Absence. I guess maybe I should look for better cards. I don't really want him to investigate. I still have Swords to Plowshares. Okay, let's just keep Sphinx's Rev on top. Go ahead and get rid of this. There's the Rev. Let's ECD here. Actually, we will tap like this in case he has Hostage Taker. I want to be able to sacrifice my Mind Stone instead of letting him have it. The second chapter here on Elspeth Conquers Death being very relevant as well. Just don't make me discard my Sphinx's Rev, please. Oh, actually, ECD can get back Thassa. Yeah, he's probably an uncontested Demir drafter would be my guess, which means he probably has the Thief. I was chatting with him before we started the match, and he said he felt like his lane was open, so seeing that he has Thought Erasure, Ashiok probably means he also has the Hostage Taker and the Thief of Sanity that we saw going around. Scarab God is the 5th Demir card. We didn't see that, but it would make sense that it would be in his pile. It's a really good win con. Alright, so Murmuring Mystic. That's obviously fine. I can't do anything about it. Although he has to cast a spell now or else he's not going to be able to cast anything with ECD. So maybe he's hoping I go for Swords end of turn here. And again, not cracking Mindstone because I can just cast this Rev. Ooh, that's beautiful. So let's see if he does anything in response. Otherwise, he's locked out of spells on my turn. Heartless Act of the Dream Eater. Okay. I think that's fine. Because it goes to my graveyard. He's going to get this bird. But we're going to be able to play Yorion and blink this ECD now. He's still going to be taxed on his turn, and then we're going to exile Murmuring Mystic as well. This would be a good spot to have Ephemerate. Still keeping up Mind Stone for the same reason we said last turn. I guess I can actually tap Mind Stone and just put it back into play, right? So we'll exile these two. And ship it. Take out Murmuring Mystic. And my bird is bigger than your bird. Keeping in mind that he's still under the tax here. So 2 extra mana for non-creature spells. A lot of decision making here. It feels to me like if I had to guess, he has Scarab God in hand. Thief of Sanity, okay. I was going to say Scarab God. And he's just waiting for a turn where he can cast and activate it. He knows about the swords, right? So maybe he's waiting to cast it for this to leave the board. That being said, I could just swords this thief here. You kind of can't let thief hit you, right? He's underneath the first chapter here. There is a window. Maybe I use the swords. Can I beat Scarab God if it resolves? I have a full turn to deal with that. I have a Sphinx's Rev. I'm going to go ahead and swords this thief. I just don't want that card hitting me. There's nothing he can do about it, so that's good. And then this will refresh itself on chapter 2. Syncopate's a good draw. And then next turn, we get back Dream Eater, maybe Thassa, probably just Dream Eater and put a clock on him. Because we're going to jam now for 4. I would not be surprised if we just block with the bird, but bird might stick around here. Syncopate was an excellent draw, so I can kind of feel out his turn for the Sphinx's Rev versus the Syncopate. And ship it. Keeps looking at his graveyard as well. So I'm kind of blanking on what that means. Looking at my graveyard too, though. I'll appreciate that. Stay out of my graveyard, Dave. Alright, going to combat. We see an attack with the bird. The bird gets in there. No Sea Dash or Octopus. And just passing the turn. So probably a counter spell of some sort. I think I'm ahead enough. I just don't have to cast anything into his spells, although his spells are gonna be unlocked here, so I guess Gear Hulk is something to keep in mind, but I can beat Gear Hulk quite easily at the moment. So, ooh, Ephemerate. Oh man. It's too late to go full control here, but I could have Ephemerated Yorion to get this ECD again. It doesn't matter. He doesn't have anything. We're just going to get back. Dream Eater is a 2-turn clock because it kills his token. Thassa is also very strong and hard to beat, but we'll just Dream Eater. Get this token off the board. Set up my draws. We have the Ephemerate. Put a +1 counter on it. Alright, Surveil 4. I don't think... Maybe we can afford to draw like 1 land, but I think quad land to the graveyard is probably okay. And then we'll bounce your token, please. Jam for 4. Gear Hulk right now hits Heartless Act, which can't actually kill Dream Eater. Could even let that happen. Yeah, let's get rid of that. And jam for 4. Murderous Rider. I mean, do we Ephemerate Murderous Rider, or do we Ephemerate Yorion? I don't want to use this Syncopate. We could just save this, right? Set up our draw again. Although nothing really good to use this on an upkeep. Could also just let it happen and hope the 3-turn clock on Dream Eater is good enough. Play the Murderous Rider. That's not something I'm super worried about. It's a 2-turn clock if I save it, though, right? What's Ephemerate? Let's just save Yorion here if we can. That counters the Murderous Rider, so he won't have it as a creature. And then, do we want to blink Dream Eater? I think losing a point of power is not that big of a deal, so we can probably afford to just get another Surveil 4 here. Soul Herder, Rattle Chains, land. I will draw Soul Herder. And actually, I don't mind drawing another land, but that's only if I'm going to cast Sphinx's Rev here. So let's dump those, milling ourselves out. 15 cards left in library. Soul Herder on Yorion or Dream Eater is pretty good. I don't think that triggers it. Yeah, it has to be exiled from the battlefield. All right. I guess question here, upkeep, do I use the Ephemerate? I probably don't, just because I kill them in 2 turns. Whereas if I use Ephemerate, I'm adding another turn. We'll let Demonic Tutor resolve. Good old rule of thumb in Commander, you don't generally counter the tutor, you try to counter the spell that they get. There's not a lot in blue-black specifically. Hostage Taker. Okay, so if Hostage Taker takes Yorion, then I Soul Herder, Dream Eater, bounce Hostage Taker, I get Yorion back. If they take Dream Eater... I guess we syncopate this, just jam for 8 here. What's he gonna target, though? Yeah, let's just syncopate this. So Scarab God's not really a factor anymore. I will not rebound this. We'll jam for 8. Now, Soul Herder, blink Yorion, and then Yorion can blink out Dream Eater, Soul Herder, which will come back in on his turn, which saves them from, like, Languish or anything like that. And then Dream Eater will come in on his end step. So I think I like that plan. Just keeping my creatures alive here. I could just hold up Sphinx's Rev as well. Oh, hold on. I blinked the wrong thing. I want to target this. Oops. All right, I guess we're doing that. I meant to... I was thinking Yorion there, not Soul Herder, so... We blinked the wrong thing. Spectral Adversary seems good here. I don't mind drawing any of these, to be honest. Spectral Adversary just seems great because I can play it as a 4-power creature. All right, let's see if I got myself killed there or not. So obviously I clicked the wrong thing because I was thinking of Yorion's trigger. Apparently it doesn't matter. But I meant to click Yorion there so that on my end step, Yorion would come back into play. Anyway, you get it. So blue-black control with Thief of Sanity, Thought Erasure. It's not really a Thragtusk matchup. Not really a Settle or Banishing Light matchup either. Suspicious Stowaway is pretty good here because he has to play instant speed a lot. Granted, he has removal spells, so I guess maybe it's not great. Burrell's Expertise, really only good against him taking one of my things with Hostage Taker. It's pretty bad against Murderous Rider. Could see like Supreme Will here. I mean, I kind of like the configuration my deck's at already. I've got the counter spells. I could see the Supreme Will though over like blink of an eye, right? Where'd you go? Mist Syndicate Naga feels not amazing here. Essence Scatter, probably fine. And I think that's all I'm going to do here. This is not a great matchup for Lear. Lear is actually really bad in blue-white because it shuts off your own counter spell. So we're not going to be doing that. He didn't see Sphinx's Rev, which is nice, but he might have like the Spell Pierce and stuff, which is going to be pretty good against us. At any rate, I think those are the only swaps we're going to make, and we'll head back for game 2. All right, game 2. A little light on mana, but fine hand. We didn't see a sweeper from him, but if he had like Languish, there wasn't really a great time to even cast Languish, so I don't know how heavily he's going to be on a sweeper here. I'm still going to keep. Alright, we will lead with Island. Now I'll probably just play Charm Prince on turn 2. Baral. What a nasty card. Alright, we drew land. Let's go ahead and just run out Charmy P. Get some scry action here. Adversary plus land. I probably just want to draw more lands. I don't know if I want to draw the adversary right now. But I think I'm fine drawing a tap land. Probably still going to play this in the Blade Splicer next turn, but we'll see. We'll see if he just passes or not. There's Thief, so we're probably going to go Mana War instead. Yeah, just keep him off the Thief. I'll offer the trade, though, right? And Dave debating, he's like, what could he do to pump it, right? Not a lot of pump spells in the cube. Not a lot of pump spells. Alright, you got me. Skill check. I think we want this on blue, and then we'll go ahead and bounce Thief here. Fun fact about Charmin' Prince, which might come up this game, might not, but might, is you can blink target creature you own. So if he steals something with Thief of Sanity and then plays a creature, Charmin' Prince can actually blink that back in under my control. Not likely to matter, but between Thief and Hostage Taker, there are certainly cards. Ooh, okay. Okay. Well, Exclusion Mage, keep him off the things. Could play Blade Splicer here. It's a good opportunity to just get it down. I don't really want Murmuring Mystic going off, though. I don't think this is the turn to hold up Syncopate. Ephemerate would be an awesome draw. Alright, let's go ahead and play the land. Let's just bounce this Mystic out of the way. Kind of time walk him a little bit and get in our measly 2 damage. Piddly little 2 damage. Might just replay Mystic here. Could see Ashiok too, though. And yeah, Ashiok would be a problem. Sublime Epiphany was a card that was going around. Thief plus like 3 mana spell seems like a possibility as well. Oh, there's Ashiok. Is Ashiok going to make a token, though? Indeed it does. Alright, land's fine. Dream Eater at some point should be good. Problem is I don't really have a good attack on Ashiok here. Wonder if I play Blade Splicer, hold up Syncopate for 1, how likely am I to be able to Syncopate something? Yorion. Alright, let's play Blade Splicer, and we just kind of can't attack here, unfortunately. Could Ashiok minus on the Golem, and then I have to discard a card from my hand. Probably discarding Sphinx's Rev. No, making a token, okay. Alright, just Dave, just play into Syncopate here, man. Like, what are you doing? Just play into Syncopate. We did not play into Syncopate. God, this is -7. You may cast up to 3 spells from among face-up cards your opponents own in exile. Currently, I own nothing, although they can attack with these first and maybe get some things. I didn't draw the land. I can attack with the Golem. Yeah, this looks like a losing proposition. The land could have helped me hold up Dream Eater, but I don't have that option. And the Golem gets blocked here. And then potentially mills some stuff that Ashiok is going to be interested in -7. Although I guess that gets Ashiok off the board. Maybe the Golem's supposed to just attack in the Ashiok and eat one of these. And then if there's something, I don't know, super spicy that he feels like minus an Ashiok for, that's fine. Otherwise, it probably just pluses again. And nothing really happened. So let's give him the option here. Okay. So exile Mist Syndicate Naga plus land. Okay, that's probably not enough for him to want to -7 Ashiok here. Thief of Sanity is going to hit me, though. And I feel like this game has spiraled out of control. We were able to keep him off some stuff, but now we have no offense to get through to the Walker. And the Thief is going to accrue, like, constant value, so we're in a little bit of trouble. Haven't seen counter spells yet. Mystic happens. Don't think I can blow my counter magic on that. I should have used the Essence Scatter. That was silly. Alright, Thief, do your thing. Oh, I guess this is face-up cards, though, right? Yeah, so Ashiok can't... Oh, Ashiok mills the other cards. Never mind. Alright, there's a choice to be had. Dave also keeping up the 3-mana counter here with Baral. We saw a couple that we didn't really want. Sinister Sabotage, things like that. Neutralize. Thassa's Intervention. Probably going to end of turn Sphinx's Rev if he just passes like this. If he counters it, he counters it. But it looks like he's got an option on our hands. I should have certainly Essence Scattered this. Okay. ECD Soul Herder to graveyard. Make a token. And I assume pass. Okay. Let's go for the Sphinx's Rev. Scope out whether there's a counter spell or not. Certainly some sort of interaction. Which now makes the birds off the Mystic. Land Ephemerate, huh? Okay. Glasspool Mimic as well. Definitely playing that. Now the question is, what do we do? Ashiok can get Mist Syndicate Naga, which still isn't great. These two things are going to exile more cards. I think there's an argument here to go like Glasspool Mimic to bounce one of these. Maybe Ephemerate to bounce another one, start attacking. I still got to play through some sort of counter magic here. Let's do it. You got to get these 2/3s off board. These can't bounce Planeswalkers, which was an advantage that Baron had, but Baron was a double blue card. Alright. Is my Glasspool Mimic spicy enough for you to counter, my friend? Okay, so letting it resolve, so I think it's just more important to be Mana War here. And we will get rid of a token. And then I'm going to Ephemerate that same card. If he goes for the counter spell, I Syncopate back. And then we can attack Ashiok a little bit here. So he makes a bird. And we get a tiny little bit of damage on Ashiok. And that's if this is a 3-mana counter. So we want to blink the one that's summoning sick. Okay, here comes the counter spell. Maybe the kill spell on Mana War would do it as well. And I can only Syncopate for 1. Okay, it's Supreme Will. It's my Supreme Will. That happens. We will counter my Supreme Will. Which will also stop his loot, which is nice. Although it's completely tapped out. Alright, Ephemerate will happen. Let's get rid of this 2/3. And we're going to attack Ashiok with these 4. He can kill one of them if he wants to. Ashiok's going to take at least 2 here, which keeps it off ult, although the ult's not great. We have Ephemerate at the ready on our turn, though. Thief of Sanity is going to hit me again, which is bad news. Yeah, correctly taking out Charmy P. Take out that bird. Alright, so he chose to let Ashiok take 2 more damage. to be able to clear off one of my creatures. And Charming Prince is really good here. Like I said, Charming Prince can steal back something. Thief hits me. Probably just going to mill out at this point. And he's got his whole hand open as well. That was a lot quicker. Okay. Much faster. Alright, what do we got? Something disgusting, probably. I mean, even a card like Swords to Plowshare, something like that would be just gross. Ugh. Alright, well, Ephemerate's going to target the Glasspool Mimic, because that can come in as anything. And let's see if he got removal in response. No, so it's going to happen. And it's going to be Mana War again. And we'll bounce your 2-3. Murmuring Mystic at the ready. Oh, Yorion with all of the bounce as well. So I wonder if I go attack, attack, attack here. I can keep up Dream Eater if something like really disgusting happens. Can't go Essence Scatter plus Yorion though. So I think we got to go for the attack. I don't have Settle in my deck, right? Alright, so that's my attack. He didn't play a land last turn either, I don't think. So he's just on all spells in hand. This is going to be extremely hard. Going to block, so no pre-combat spell. This is why I like Spell Pierce. It'd be nice to have Spell Pierce with the Orion here. I don't think it would actually get anything, but... Now I think I just pass with Dream Eater up at the ready. Don't think we can just jam Yorion into a counterspell. We have no idea what that is. Ugh. I hate it. Probably go for this in combat. Okay, Brainstorm's fine. Okay. Okay. Another one of these things. Maybe we can bleed him out of counters on his own turn. I'm going to go for this now. Make him use his mana before he hits off Thief. Just tapping completely out, just at the ready. Let's go. Okay, this looks like Sublime Epiphany to me. This looks like the multi-target on Sublime Epiphany. So we'll give you the GG, my friend. Alright. Yeah, I realized it after all the targeting on different stuff. You can see when Sublime Epiphany's coming. Banishing Light might actually be good here, just as another way to get rid of this. Or get rid of this, because there's not a lot of ways for him to get rid of the Banishing Light. So I think maybe we want that one. Again, these are over here. Rattle Chains can probably come out. I like most of the like control cards. Mist Syndicate Naga actually seems like it could be annoying if we get that first hit in. Annoying is probably the word though. Maybe we don't need the Mist Syndicate Naga. Thought I left Blink of an Eye in as well. So I'm thinking something like ditch Rattle Chains, ditch the Mist Syndicate Naga, bring in the Blink. Lier? I mean, the best things, the flashback or counter spells, which aren't great. Keep in Essence Scatter, which I completely misplayed with. Baral's Expertise, also... I haven't seen a lot of counter magic from him. He cast Our Supreme Will. Other than that, did he even cast a counter spell? I guess the Sublime Epiphany? Grazilax, maybe? Alright, let's run what we've got here and hope for a good game 3. Alright, so pretty good chance, like, you're supposed to draw first in matchups like this, but I have curve outs that I want to be able to get ahead of, and we'll keep. Syncopate, Mana War, fine. Perfectly fine. Thassa as well. Go ahead, Thought Erasure me. Thought Erasure me, punk. Uh-oh. We could be missing a color here. Obviously, we're not just going to jam Man of War, but... I mean, definitely missing a color, but doesn't rule out interaction. Quench, Spell Pierce. Alright, we have interaction, though. We can play an instant speed game here, though. There's no reason to just jam Thassa, you know, on 4 mana if he does nothing. Like, we can hold up Syncopate here and play towards this Dream Eater. As long as he's not casting, like, draw spells, you know. I think he drew Swamp last turn. Check for traps. I don't want that. So this needs to be 3. And if he counters back with like a Quench or a Spell Pierce, takes Thassa, sets up for Dream Eater. Okay, Syncopate just gets it. Now, I think we just jam Thassa here, which means he could jam Ashiok, but we have an answer for that. But I think we get this down while we can. Oh, counterspell, nice. All right, well, we no longer have that. Wasn't thinking counterspell. That certainly was at the table. There's the Scarab God. We'll eat that with ECD. Could also Mana War into Suspicious Stowaway. Keep him off this for a turn. Could also Dream Eater. Could just get rid of it while I can, right? But I kind of like to play a Mana War into Stowaway. Start getting value off the Stowaway. He has to cast something. If he plays at instant speed, the Stowaway flips. Could be right to just get rid of this while we can permanently. Start doing the ECD thing, which can get back Thassa in a couple turns. And then he untaps with what, like Ashiok? But we can deal with Ashiok, kind of. Getting this back as soon as possible, or getting the Thassa back as soon as possible actually seems pretty strong here. So I think I'm going to go for the get rid of Scarab God line. Although this plus this is tempting, just to make him waste his next turn. Alright, we're gonna get rid of the card that scares us here. Alright, goodbye Scarab God. We don't have to worry about that one. He does have all of the Dimir cards. There's Thief. Thief is powerful. Thief is good. Tax him out a little bit here, though. So I'm going to go Mana War plus Suspicious Stowaway this turn. And he would have to have a 1-mana interactive spell, which I don't think he's going to have. Bounce. We will play all of our lands here. Or, yeah. Is daytime, in case you were wondering. Oh. Alright. What do we got? What do we got? Thief is back. Alright, so Thassa comes into play. Thassa does have that hidden mode of being able to tap a creature, which is good against the Thief here. Let's go and attack with Stowaway. Could see attacking with Mana War as well. If he just wants to trade the Thief, I don't think anything's going to get in my way from that. Is there like some instant speed threat I'm not thinking about? Eben Death, I don't think quite gets it done. So, yeah, I'll offer the trade for Mana War versus Thief. And Stowaway will loot on hits. Let's go ahead and pitch Island. I will keep a land in hand now because I do have the Stowaway. And we'll pass and see what he does. Blink Mana War. Might see Kill Spell in response to Mana War here. Okay, yep. That happens. And the Werewolf flips. I'm going to go ahead and tap down Thief of Sanity here. Sublime Epiphany could counter this ability and make another Thief of Sanity, which would be kind of hilarious. And 2 spells or else Seafaring Werewolf becomes a card advantage engine. So, hostage... Oh, the Meat Hook Massacre for 1. Nice. I was wondering about that. Soul Herder, Dream Eater. Alright, well there goes that card advantage engine. Dream Eater, though... we just play Soul Herder, get it on the board, and then use Thassa to tap down Thief. I could go for Dream Eater right now as well. But if he has a counterspell, hits me with Thief, I'm in a little bit of trouble. So I think I'll bait with Soul Herder. He has something he can cast. Can't Sublime Epiphany me. Maybe I upkeep tap Thief. See if he does anything end step. Sure. No, like, real reason to do that. No, you can go ahead and draw. Sublime Epiphany would be good here, though, to counter the Thassa ability, let him get a hit in. I need to draw something interactive here, because it feels like he has a counterspell. Or something that can interact. Could just be a kill spell. Okay, Blade Splicer kind of prompts him to do something, right? Soul Herder attack for 1. Sphinx's Rev, I think, is a card I need to draw. We'll go Blade Splicer here. Reject. Unless I pay 3. The question here is, am I letting Thief of Sanity hit me or not? Maybe we let Thief hit us. No. No, that's silly. Although Dream Eater can bounce back most things that Thief could target. He has kill spells. Maybe another Sweeper. Just not going to pay for that. You got me with the Reject. Submit 0. I guess an untapped Soul Herder is better than a tapped Soul Herder. Just do this now. Thassa MVP, I suppose. I am having to sink a lot of mana into it, though, is a problem. Glasspool Mimic. I just don't like that he's not playing lands, right? Means he's drawing spells. Probably at least another counter spell, which I need to draw one of mine. Play a Glasspool Mimic, have it come in as a Soul Herder, and then start growing one of my Soul Herders. Maybe I just let this hit me once. I don't know. Okay, that's pretty good, because now my Glasspool Mimic also just dies. Murderous Rider was there all along. Good job, Glasspool Mimic. Guess I didn't really consider that option. Let's go and tap this down. If he has Counterspell in his hand and I can't draw something, I'm probably just going to lose the game, because he's playing around my stuff pretty well. Brainstorm, sure. Ashiok would be just devastating here. I think I'm pretty far behind. The fact that I'm having to use mana on Thassa is pretty gross. I'm in a pretty bad spot, I would say. Yeah, he's just playing very well here. One of the Rattle Chains cards would be good, so I could just threaten to block this. Okay, Blink of an Eye is nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then end of turn, try to blink this. Give me an opening at least. Memory Deluge, disgusting. Just absolutely ridiculously good. Alright, let's go for Dream Eater now. No.